I'm using the New Perspectives Access 2007 textbook. I'm working in Office 2007 Service Pack 2. I'm noticing there are some differences between what I'm seeing on my screen and what is demonstrated in the textbook. As those crop up, I'll let you know where they're at. We're starting on page 363 in this segment, and they're talking about hiding duplicate values in a report. Be very careful about hiding duplicate values in a report. It doesn't make sense a lot of the time. They're trying to show you that you have the capability to do it, but don't just do it because you can do it. The only time it really makes sense to hide duplicate values is when you're hiding duplicate values in a sort field. See, invoice date is a sort field. And so we would have, say, the date 9/28/2010, and then we would have all the items, the invoices for that date. But if you're using a field that is not a sort date and you hide duplicate values, you're just going to be hiding a value here and there randomly. And what your user is going to think is that you're missing the data. And is going to think that there's something wrong with your report. So be very careful about using hide duplicates. Do it only when it makes sense. Now they want us to do it here. Okay, we'll select it. We'll go to Arrange. We'll open the Properties sheet and we'll find the hide duplicates. And there's so few duplicates that we're not going to page through the report to look for it. So I'm just going to find duplicates and I'm going to change it to yes. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to jump over to page 365 and we're going to add a date to a page header. We're going to add a page number to a page header and continue doing some fine-tuning on a report. So I'm going to switch to Design View and I'm going to go to the Controls tab and I'm going to click on Insert. What do they want? Date and time first, so we'll put that in. And the options that we have include the date, where we're going to select this one, and we're not going to use the time. And we'll say OK. It's going to put it in the report header. And we're simply going to grab it. And we're going to move it into the page header. So in order to get it in the page header, I have to create some space for it to be in the page header. So I'm going to create some space here, grab all these controls, and I'm going to use my cursor to move them down. And as I move them down, I notice they jumped a little bit to the right. So when I'm all through here, I might have to look at aligning these a little bit more again, but that happens. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to try moving it. See, it's not going to let me move it. So I'll go, okay, won't do that. And so I'll cut it and I'll paste it. And I'll just bring that in a little bit. I don't need all that space. And I'll get rid of my report header. I don't need it. And we'll just take a quick look, see what it looks like. It's there. I don't like the way it looks, but we'll come back to that later. And we're also going to add a page number. And so let's choose page number, and I'm going to come up to the same place and insert page number, and I'm going to tell it I want N, and I want top of page header, and I want to the right, and I'll say OK, and it'll go right up against that right margin. And I want it to align with the other controls on I want it to align with this one, so I just brought it in a little bit. Now I'm going to mess with these later. So right now they're just sort of there. The next thing I want to do is I want to add a title. So I'm going to click Title. Where is it at? There it is. It's also going to put it in the report header, and I'm going to bring it down. And this one allowed me just to drag it into the page header, and I'm going to do Invoices by Item. Okay, so I got that in there. It says in your book to size to fit. Don't size to fit. When you size to fit, You've got some issues where if its size is too close, when you render the report for printing, it'll drop off that last number. So now I'm going to mess around with this as far as making it look better. You see the error icon is there. Just ignore it. And I need a line in that report too. I missed that. So I'm going to get my line in there, and I'm going to take my line, and my line is going to be, let's see, I want it below my labels, so it's going to go down in below, so I'm going to need to move those up a little bit. I moved them down too far the first time, and move those back here. And find the line tool, and starting here, holding my shift key down and drawing to there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to start making these things look a little better. And I'm going to do that by taking this one, and I'm going to align the text to the right. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to align the text to the left. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to align the text to the center. And there's no way to center in Access yet. So what I see, the center sizing handles right here. My page is 8 inches wide. 4 would be the center. I centered the text here. I want the sizing handle to be right under 4. So I just move it till it's under 4. There we go. I'm going to grab these 3 controls, and I'm going to do Arrange Bottom. And let's take a look. That's pretty much what they wanted. And so that works. Now, the last thing I want to do here is I want to work with this paid. I don't like the way paid looks over here. Let's look at that again. I don't like the way it looks. I want this to be under this, and I want it down a little bit. So I'm going to have to do that manually. I've gotten my report. My report's fine. I got my page numbers. All of these little exceptions you save till the very last. So I'm going to click on paid, and I'm going to click on center. Now I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to shorten the box this way until the check mark appears to be under the center. And then I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And there it works. And that's the end of this segment. Wishing you luck on your reports.